Hello there guys, Faro TV here today with more of a rambling video. I want to address the question that I have been asked quite a bit in the chat. Why? What's the problem for you, Faro? Why is challenge mode now a fuck for you? It's so much better for me. And I'm gonna try to elaborate what is going on in my mind or what is going on with the game. To really get into this, I would at first have to explain my kind of philosophy. That is that there's roughly said three group of players in a game that should be, or in an online game, that should be somewhat satisfied or be satisfied by the devs. I would categorize them as the casual player, the hardcore player, and the dedicated player. Now the casual player is pretty obvious. He just plays the game on the side for fun. He's not too invested. He's just enjoying the ride while it lasts. He comes in and comes out whenever he wants. And for him, he doesn't really have a big goal in the PvP ladder. He doesn't have to finish the challenge necessarily. He enjoys the PvE campaign, and that's kind of it. The hardcore players are those who most of the time really excel at one part of the game. So if you like play an MMO, for example, he could be a hardcore PvE raider who like finish the dungeons, or he could be a hardcore PvP player who wants the highest rank in the PvP ladder. And this is kind of a problem already in a pay-to-win game, which this obviously is. Hardcore players can never be satisfied here because to take this game to a hardcore esports level, they have to throw amounts of money at this game that this game just doesn't deserve. So the hardcore player is probably never to be satisfied, or it's really hard to satisfy him. And when we think about what does this game offer to him, we have the normal PvP ladder. For that you need to invest money a lot if you want to be at the top. Skill and dedication is not enough. We have the PvE campaign. The hardcore player finishes that in a month or something, and then it's irrelevant. And we have the challenge mode, which is there like 2 days a week, which can be relevant for him to try out his decks and present his skill to the community. What we need to accept, or I already have accepted it a long time ago, what you guys need to accept, this game has never tried to be a competitive game. If anything, it's anti-competitive. I mean, this game doesn't even have a friend list so we can battle each other, or a custom game lobby so we can battle each other. We need to be in the same team. While 3 days of the week, which is the weekend where we have the most amount of time, we are locked into our team because of team rewards. Every tournament that ever was created was done by dedicated players, you know, who organized them itself. There was this one World Cup where Redlings put in a tiny amount of tournament rewards. I think that's it, you know. So I think as a hardcore player, as like someone who wants to be the best at the top he can play, you need to accept that it's never gonna completely go your way. It won't. That's just how a pay-to-win mobile game works, or for that matter doesn't work. The hardcore player sometimes comes with a kind of tunnel vision that I think we should address as well, where he says, "Oh, Redlings, you should only look at like the top level, only the top 200 of the game, and see what's really actually has to be nerfed, what's too strong, what's too weak. Ignore the rest." Obviously, that's kind of selfish, only because we're struggling at the top with something. Well, we're an insignificant amount of players, and the game has to be friendly towards casual players as well. Though here comes the problem with the challenge mode. But before that, what I meant with dedicated players is people who just invest a lot of time and passion into this game as if it's a project. I would call myself one, having a YouTube channel, being a streamer. It's your guild leaders, it's your active people on Discords, moderators, it's your people that create Discords or create a Reddit, are moderators there, are active there, Facebook groups, all this kind of stuff. Those are dedicated players. They're not necessarily trying to be the best, but they experience the game as a whole and it lives by the community. Now the challenge mode was a place for people who put dedication, time, and raised their skill level, so to say, in this game. That was a place for those people to feel at home, where they got some satisfaction or something back for the time they invested, or the skill they have learned, or the skills that they have learned. You could play this challenge and the entire day, and you keep winning, getting 12 wins, go again, go again. Now they made it the way that people are matched by their rank. So all the people who put dedication, effort, time into this game meet each other, and the casual players meet each other. And this results in a completely unfair competition. Let's check the rewards. Last week on Faro TV, battling only 7,500 and up. 12 wins, 0 losses, and I got somewhere here 70 PvP tickets. I don't know which place, but it was far away. All those people here, while I congratulate you for your great scores for sure, but most of them I never heard of. Before this change, people were recognized because they're just good players. They are much more likely to rush through the challenge. You get some kind of feedback, some kind of endorphin for being good at the game. And challenge mode was the place to be, but now it's gone. And I understand the point of making the casual players, the bigger player base, more happy. But for people like me, that's just a kick in the balls, because I do have a somewhat good understanding of the game. I can quickly build a deck in the challenge mode, which is good enough. I can get 12 wins in the challenge mode. But they throw tons of stones in my way now, with me only meeting players who are just as dedicated as I am. Or almost, or even more. And while being outclassed in points all the time by people who just started out the game, basically. If you're like 2000 rank and you're just quicker to understand the game, you crush your opponents and get top 5. Of course, there's also the bot. But yeah, that's not the only problem though with the challenge mode. What I just told you is that it's harder the higher you are in rank. This game has been suffering from silver surfers that are just down there bullying new kids because it's easier to farm lockers that way. And now you also want to D-rank, be at your lowest, to have weaker opponents in the challenge mode. To be good in the challenge mode, you might just have a second account and stay at 2000 elo. And then farm the challenge mode every day with that account for fun or something. I don't know. And the rewards don't even scale up. You don't get more rewards for getting 12-0, beating only, I don't know, 7,500 elo players. You get the same amount. Not even the same, you actually get less, because those fights are hard and long, and it's time reward. Being quick rewards you with big scores, you know? So it's even punishing you for being at a higher rank in challenge mode, which is supposed to be a mode where you get rewarded for your skill, and that's fucked. Now, just for an example, how do other games work in challenge mode? Here we have Legends of Runeterra. This is challenge mode, pretty much. You pay your way in. You get once a week free. Now, rewards completely aside, they are better, but let's ignore that. You win, you move on. You lose, you get another chance. If you then win, you move on. If you lose again, you're out. So all you have to do is not lose twice in a row. Also, in the last match, you get only one chance. It's only 7 wins. And now the interesting part is, how do they decide who you meet? Well, if you have 2 wins already with your deck, you meet other people who have 2 wins with their deck already. And so on and so on. That means in this part, you meet someone who also has 6 wins. So it's the last game. Only one shall finish the challenge, or the expedition, how it's here called. The other one shall fail. You might now think that's really harsh. but you could get zero wins and you still get the legendary, which is the exact worth of what you're paying as well to get in here. So your reward is guaranteed. It's just you get a better value out of it than just crafting the card, pretty much. That's pretty cool. So with this was our place for someone who is dedicated to the game, who tries his best to be strong, you know, like what I called hardcore players or dedicated players. We had fun in this challenge mode and we got some way rewarded for putting time into this game. Funny enough, now that's not the case anymore. Now it also promotes D ranking. Very ironically, the most effective thing that has been done to stop D ranking was by a hacker creating a bot at high elo. Because now farming a bot during off work hours on in the ladder is faster than killing Silver Shield new kids with level 4 legendaries. That's even faster. So you stay at high elo so you can meet the bot. This game is a mess at the moment. The thing is, the dedicated people are leaving. The dedicated people are going back. Just recently in my second team, Monko, very dedicated, leader of a team, he's like, yeah, I'm out. What would be this game without the dedication of some people? What would be the game without the activity on Discord? What would be the game without people streaming every second day or something? Building a place for the community to stay. If that all didn't exist and we only had casual players satisfied, this game would die. That they would cycle through, there would be nothing going on because, as I said earlier, all the tournaments, all the stuff is done by people and not by the game. This game is kept alive by the community almost exclusively. And right now you're losing them. And this challenge mode was another big step in that direction to losing them. That's what I wanted to say. I do not think if this helps, that this helps in any way, but I just wanted you guys to know what I am specifically talking about on the stream in its full length. I might have missed some points that I had in my mind, but I think I said enough. This video, I'm already rambling since almost 13 minutes. Well, where are we going from here? I don't know. I just know that outside of streams and videos, I play Legends of Runeterra. And not South Park Phone Destroyer. And I think I start making content for that as well. Doing both games. Because all things aside, I will still stream and still make videos because this community and my followers, my subscribers and my friends are a huge important part of my life, and I'm not gonna throw them away to save the world. I mean, let's be real here, we're not planting trees, we're just complaining about a bad business model and bad, I don't know, decisions in the video game. But yeah, it had to be, I felt like something has to be said now and then, and this is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope we can have some little discussion. I don't know if this goes anywhere. We'll see. It's going to be it. Faro out.